The naked eye can see about 3,000 stars in the night sky, while astronomers estimate that there are at least 30 billion billions in the universe. So why isn't the entire sky gleaming and glistening with all of them? Edgar Allan Poe, a famous writer, solved this perplexing contradiction. That's right, the same one you know. He noticed that the universe appears to be so vast that light streaming from its far reaches fails to reach the planet in time to brighten the skies. However, there are other paradoxes and puzzles of the world for which no clear answers have yet been discovered. In this video, you'll learn about the strange objects that surround us on Earth, why black holes are the most worthless USB flash drives in the universe, and whether we can solve science's deepest riddles. Can we explain strange phenomena that occur on the Earth's surface? The Earth's surface may appear to be well studied, but that is where the first secrets lie. For example, since the 13th century, the perplexing substance has been periodically discovered in the British countryside. Do you want to have a look at it? This odorless slime jelly is known as star jelly by the natives, who think it is brought on by meteor showers. The only problem is that no slime could survive the frigid temperatures of space, and it surely wouldn't be able to withstand the heat of hurtling through the atmosphere. According to zoologists, this substance could be frog spawn left behind by predators after they eat frogs. Other theories include decomposing toad carcasses or deer sperm. So far, very little study of star jelly has been done, and what has been done has failed to identify any DNA. Take a peek at another strange stuff now. This is unmistakably alive. This is a slime bolt that has generated quite a stir in the scientific community. The single-celled organism has intelligence. Even though it is a brainless organism, this mold can navigate a maze to locate the shortest path to a food supply and remember where it is. But what if this monster is simply reading and replicating the ideas of hungry researchers in their laboratories? This version, in my opinion, isn't much worse than the others we've heard. Some strange living forms can not only crawl but can also fly. Can we explain mysterious phenomena observed in the atmosphere? What strange things occur in our environment? Even though the ancient Greeks believed that lightning struck across the sky when Zeus was angry, they could never come up with a fiction that could explain the significance of these blazing balls that, on rare occasions, can break through your window during a rainstorm. Lightning in the shape of a ball the size of a grapefruit plasma sphere purportedly hit Baltic German physicist George Richmond in the head and killed him precisely where he stood in the mid-18th century. His clothes were charred and he had a circular mark on his forehead. This was the ideal opportunity to learn the real truth about ball lightning, but scientists are still baffled. The most popular and well-supported theory is now proposed by John Abramson, a physicist from New Zealand. He believes that when a lightning bolt strikes silicon and iron-rich earth, the high heat can evaporate silicon oxide in the dirt. The particles combine to form a blazing ball which is pushed upward by ionized air currents before burning up overhead. Although this explains the shape, such a little explosion is insufficient to kill a human. As a result, the nature of ball lightning remains a mystery. Another atmospheric phenomenon that you can hear but not see is the same. It sounds like a jet engine or a hurricane, but there's nothing like that around. People all throughout the world are periodically perplexed by this unexpected bolt from the blue. A skyquake is what it's called, and it has nothing to do with earthquakes. Meteorologists eventually climbed into orbit to try to figure out what was causing this deafening booming. Skyquakes, they concluded, are the result of meteors entering the atmosphere and exploding at high altitudes. And of course, as soon as we leave the planet, we'll be drawn to even more enigmas surrounding simple and fundamental things like the faint young sun paradox. Our sun has become brighter and hotter over billions of years, so scientists claim, so it must then have been much colder in the ancient past. This makes sense, but calculations show that our newborn sun was so dim in its early years that our home planet would have been a popsicle. There should have been no oceans, rain, or thunder to begin with. None of the many ideas have been able to explain where prehistoric Earth received its extra heat until now, and this is only one of the many cosmic mysteries. Can we solve the mysteries of the solar system? Is it possible to explain some troubling aspects of our solar system? This wide expanse is a huge anomaly. Earth is one of 4 minor terrestrial planets, followed by 4 gas giants. Other stars, on the other hand, do not have their exoplanets grouped in the same way. In the TRAPPIST-1 system, all of the planets orbiting around the red dwarf are the same size as Earth. So what's the deal with everything being so different here? Actually, most of the rocky planets we can see around other stars are a few times the size of Earth, super-Earths as they're known, and there's more. The orbits of multiple planets of this type are tightly packed into many systems with a star comparable to our Sun, in the zone where we only have Mercury instead. The same may be said for oil and gas companies. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune would be much closer to each other in the Sun if our solar system were normal. What is the cause of this strange occurrence? Many astronomers claim that the only reason we don't have entire maps of other star systems is because we don't have complete maps of our own. Others feel the solutions can be found in our solar system's early history. Perhaps at the beginning of its existence, greedy Jupiter stormed through the orbits of protoplanets like a tourist through an all-inclusive resort restaurant, causing havoc. Unfortunately, I doubt we'll ever understand the truth about our solar system's uniqueness unless we construct a time machine. But don't worry, there are plenty of puzzles to unravel right now. This is how Saturn's south pole now appears. Some will claim it's photoshopped, but this massive swirl of clouds in the gas giant's atmosphere is actually hexagonal in shape. It has the potential to engulf 2 planets. Not only does this vortex refuse to be circular as you'd expect, but it also changes colour strangely and irregularly. For decades, scientists have been attempting to solve this conundrum, until 2010 when Harvard researchers used a standard pail of water to mimic the effect in their lab. According to their theory, the large vortex near the pole is encircled by smaller vortices, crushing it into a hexagon. I'm hoping there's a massive wading pool concealed beneath those Saturnian clouds. Now let's look outside our solar system to see if there are any anomalies that are even further away. Can we crack the mysteries of the universe? Can we solve the universe's biggest puzzles? Millisecond-long bursts of radio waves, for example, come from all directions and hit the ground every now and then. They nearly never repeat themselves. Imagine receiving calls from unknown numbers on a regular basis, and then the caller abruptly hangs up and never calls again. It's infuriating. These radio blasts are so powerful that they must travel billions of light years to reach here. Is it possible that they're intergalactic Wi-Fi signals? Of course, astronomers never seriously consider the prospect of aliens using the internet. These radio waves could be created by magnetars, which are anomalous neutron stars with a very strong magnetic field. Or it could be the last scream of a neutron star collapsing into a black hole. I wish we could X-ray a black hole to see everything it's ever swallowed and how it did it, except that isn't possible. We'll never know what happened in a black hole's past. Any object or piece of information that crosses the event horizon evaporates from the universe without a trace. Even light cannot escape from there, as you are aware. From the standpoint of quantum mechanics, where nothing can be erased indefinitely, this appears to be impossible. That's how one of the universe's biggest mysteries, which contemporary physics is still grappling with, arose. The black hole information paradox is what it's called. Some believe its past is encoded in honking radiation fleeing particles attempting to escape the event horizon. Others take an alternative approach to the dilemma, claiming that a black hole is a tremendously complicated structure that resembles a fuzzball. They also believe that the data locked within its intestines could reappear somewhere in the universe. A black hole is a poor USB flash drive in any case. Be prepared to never see your vacation photos again if you save them there. But jokes aside, if scientists can solve the black hole information paradox, it might revolutionize physical science and allow them to develop a universal theory of everything, potentially answering all of those outstanding concerns we've raised. What are your thoughts on this? For me, the core mystery of science is why we have to deal with all these long-standing mysteries. That our lives are plainly a component of John Stapp's sarcastic paradox, which he established as a pilot and scientist. It claims that because of our general proclivity for incompetence, any human achievement is a miraculous feat. Are you in agreement?